In today's most glorious video, we explore yet again MoisTea Tank Tycoon. And look at this, we can conquer the world, well, Europe, but yes. We invent things which will make our tanks rather creamy. This is the first one that we made, and we made it a rubbish colour. This is another one that we made, which is a bit more snazzy. And we took this one for a spin and squirted over everything. Then we made this one, which has a squirter and a cannon. Excellent. And this one has a new pair of shoes, which make it go lovely. And then we finally take that one for a spin as well. Stay tuned! Are you tired of paying full price and waiting for sales on your games? Well, let me introduce you to instant gaming, where seriously, that is no longer an issue. Massive discounts on all your games. Make sure you click on the link in the description and get that checked out ASAP. Do it now! The time has come for the next stage of MoisTea Tycoon tanks. That's right, this is the closed beta, only available for around a week and a half at the point of me recording this video. So if I'm going to make the most of it, I better get a crack on, hey? Make sure you've got yourself a cup of tea and we shall dive in. So I'm going to be creating my new tank company yet again as myself, MoisTea Gaming, and the company name is MoisTea Gaming. Alrighty, so there are quite a few differences in this. There's been some huge developments on the global map, which I'll show you now. Look at this, completely different. So, and something that many people would not have expected, well, there's towns and cities and things. Now, each nation can go to war with each other nation and capture and conquer them. Each one has different sets of income, railway infrastructure, other infrastructure, the ruralness of it, the terrain, everything. How lovely is that? Including Britain, which is where we're going to be starting in. And as you can see, there's so much more room to expand upon this. Just wait till America is in there. Australia, Japan, Russia. Now, it's endless. How good will that be? Certainly something I'm going to be creaming over when that comes out. Other things that I can show you immediately from what I've noticed. The user interface is so much nicer. Look, down here on the right, I can actually read it. How wonderful is that? Personally, I thought it was a bit naff before. I ended up getting different bits confused, but that is so much better. What an improvement. We even have different tools down here to tell us what kind of substructure buildings we need in the production plant to give us a boost, which is rather lovely. The loading times as well between the different screens are fantastically supreme as well, much better than before. And if we were to have a look in the test drive section and everything else, and just in general the graphics, it just looks nicer, it looks crisp. How much more could you possibly want? Now, before I get a semi on thinking about how far this is going to get going, let's have a quick chat about the previous one that we did. So we got it to the point where I built a load of tanks, sold them, but I did a bit of a hoo-ha where I forgot to rename one of them, and I promised one of said unnamed tanks to the British government, and they didn't want anything else, and that ended it there, because you get fined if you do not provide the product that you promised. So, learning from those experiences in the last one, let's make sure I don't do that kerfuffle again. Now, do remember, this is still closed beta. Not many people play this at the moment. So there will be other bugs, glitches, graphical doodads that we spot on our little journey here. but we will get through. We will power through and be the dominating force in Europe. Wouldn't that be lovely? Also, a bit of an update on the way I do YouTube now. I tend to release videos in a 2-week block. So I will record and get a load of videos set up, 2 weeks worth. I produce 4 a week, and then I release them all at one time. However, that is only available for members. So, that means if you are not a member, then you will have to wait 2 weeks to be able to watch every single one of those videos. But if you are a member, you can watch all of them tonight. How wonderful would that be? Well, maybe not tonight. This video I'm going to leave just in the midst of things. However, there will be other videos available, and if you would like to watch them now, then I would do consider joining membership. It's one of the lovely benefits, and I'm not greedy. It's £1 a month, man. Cheap as hell, because I'm not greedy, and it really will, that little bit, take me a long way. And if you do, thank you. There are other wonderful benefits as well, which is absolutely marvellous. You can find that all out if you click on the membership doodad. Pretty sure it's up to date. And if you would like a personal chat with me, there's a Discord which I run, and you'll see me in there often, probably playing naval action. However, you are more than happy to come and have a chumag with me if you wish. That is fantastic. You can talk about your games that you play, your thoughts on this, for example, whatever you want. That's what it's there for. So first thing is first, we have 1.1 million in the bank. We're going to be spending a little bit on wages and building maintenance. So, to reduce that straight away, let's get some maintenance facilities. But, ooh, I'd made this mistake last time. 1 second. This, ooh, heavy vehicle stations. The cost of building and facility improvements is significantly decreased by modern construction equipment. That's only 5%. Is that worth it? I don't quite know, but I am gonna do it. And I'm also gonna get the maintenance office. Or do I wait? Ooh, if I wait 40 days, I can then build the other stuff and have that discount. See, I'm being clever. I'm in a bit of a weird mood this evening. I do apologise. Probably had a little bit too much to... Oh no, that's it. I've got a Bailey's after Christmas. Oh yeah, it's just been Christmas if you're watching this video. I hope you've had a lovely Christmas. It might be released after New Year. Don't quite know yet, but if you are watching it, I do hope you've had a jolly good one and not got too silly behind the beverages intake. Currently going through the current bottles that I have. I've got some nice lovely Baileys. I do enjoy that stuff. It's right lovely. Right lovely it is. Right lovely. So, research. Get the men to work. So, we start off essentially where we did in the previous lot. However, in this one, it goes further. So, on the first one, it goes to about a year's worth. This one, you can go up to 2 years worth, which is right lovely. So, we can go further than what we ever did before. So, I want a female sponsor because I want machine guns on my tanks of goodness, because that's just really nice. And we're going to build a combo tank that we did before. It seemed to work really lovely. Now you start off with some basic stuff already designed for you. This is the hull of the Mark 1 tank. As you can see, it's made with iron. It's going to fall to pieces. The rivets are rubbish. There's some ammunition storage in there which will probably explode. The vision ports you can't see through. And the hull hatch is, well, locked behind a wiry mesh. So not great. I'd like to improve these rather quickly. Now there was quite a few comments on the last series about the tail wheels doing absolutely nothing. Well, yes, they did do nothing. They were proven to be rubbish. One of them got blown up on the battlefield and, well, it didn't make any difference at all. The idea was to be able to improve the turn rate when it's slippery, muddy and boggy and stuff. But it turned out it didn't really do anything. However, in game, yes, it adds weight, but it adds stats, so I will still be sticking them on the bigger tanks. We also have our male sponsor, where we can stick a girthy cannon in there. This is said girthy cannon. Look at that. Right, lovely. Right, lovely. A nice squirty Lewis machine gun. A dodgy engine, which doesn't do very much. That's going in there as well. And some tracks, which are going to power the thing along. So those are all the different pieces. We just need to stick it all together, and that is the hull that we have. You can just see it's coloured in a little bit more now. Stick the engine in, the tracks on, the male sponsor there, male sponsor there. I'm going to build, once I have it, a female sponsor, so we can have 2 machine guns on one side instead. The generals tend to like that because you can blow things up and gun people down. Stick a gun in there, another gun in there, and a Lewis gun at the front, which doesn't really do anything, but it is what it is. Then we have to select some crew, a commander, driver, gunner, and then another loader, and probably 2 mechanics. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, hang on a minute. What have you just done all that? I don't know what your stats have changed. Well, if you ever look at the top right here, they're all in yellow, so that ain't too bad. It's good enough. But the more crew members we put in, the more cramped it gets in there, and it just... yeah, you can't see what you're doing, and it gets rather claustrophobic as it is. You've got an explosive engine right next to you, explosive rounds right next to you, and you're not going to be having a right good time in it, so 8 will do. It also reduces the weight. Another nice juicy feature, if we have a look, machinery worktop requirements and everything else. These are the facilities that we can build in the production to reduce the cost and manufacturing time of said tank. So as soon as we have probably a bit more cash in the bank, I'm going to build those, and we should try and compare it, if I remember, hopefully. And we need to stick some ammunition in there, high explosives, solve many things, and some Lewis machine gun ammunition, and some petrol. I thought these were diesel. No, they are petrol. 45 octanes. Not the most sophisticated, but it is 1914. And, ooh, hang on a minute. Paint. Ooh, I forgot to paint it. Seeing as this is going to be the first one, I'm going to paint it this colour because it's going to be a bit crap and I don't particularly like it. So that'll do. I'll try and zoom out, but... oh yeah, there we go. That works now. That didn't before. So we'll paint it that colour. Why not? We'll just go for that. Oh, that'll do. Sod it. Now this requires 80, well, up to 60 people to stick it all together, and that'll take them 18 days. So we'll leave them to it. Now we also need some supplies in. Now what we can do, it's not designed yet, but you can click it and then get resources for that specific one. But what we're going to do for now is just buy a load of stuff in, because we're going to bloody need it. I can guarantee you that right now. Get all of this in and then we've got plenty in. That's going to cost me 150 grand. It'll take a month to get here, but that's fine. So we'll just get some supplies in and then we can start building. What I do want to do is get more engineers in as soon as I possibly can. But we're going to need space for them to work first, which requires building those different facilities. So that's the plan. We'll get things really ramped up in the research department. I want to get to the very end of it as quickly as possible. So I'm just going to skip through. There's probably going to be some tutorial pop-ups like this. I don't need them, I've done this before. Ooh, classified information. Acknowledging the importance of tanks, the High Command has decided that we're going to need loads of the bloody things and we better get them quick. Now government news is, yeah, they've decided, yeah, we're going to need loads of the bloody things, so we better start sticking some things together. And our first order of supplies, they're going to be late. Oh, fantastic. Thankfully, it doesn't really matter at this point. And our design has been completed. Here she is. Or he, she, whatever you want to call it. Not quite sure. Now we better get this on the testing grounds. Here's the trial range. You got to stick them in. Now, it's very important that you do this. It does cost a little bit of money. But if you don't do this, then you're going to be shooting yourself in the foot. This identifies all the things that are wrong with the bloody thing, and you can't fix them until you send it round a bit of a jigwag round the corner. So we better get that doing. Oh, more classified information. We must have ears and eyes everywhere. As the war begins, well, there isn't one yet, nations struggle to send supplies to the front and machine gun nests become a pain. To resolve this, Britain has already entered into talks to apply the potential of caterpillar tracks to the battlefield. We've already made these. First Lord of the Admiralty, Sir Winston Churchill, negotiating with the Committee for Imperial Defence to form a landship committee to break a soon-to-develop stalemate. Can these radical designs truly change the current... Well, to be fair, right, this doesn't actually apply anymore. Because this no longer actually follows a historical route. So, yeah. So, for example, I was having a bit of a tickle earlier. And Britain, us, went to war with Denmark. Yeah, we went to war with Denmark. And then the Netherlands. And then the Germans just sat there and didn't do anything. Which is wonderful. So, we'll just have to see how this plays out. I think some of those could do with a bit of a tickle. Oh, the combat is all different as well. I forgot to show you that. Well, I can't yet. There isn't any. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, I nearly forgot. We better get these things stuck together because there's gonna be some contracts down. Now, I'm reckoning we go for 20 for now. We'll just start them off. Now, I'm gonna need some more people to build these things. Now, we've got 240 of them in there, but I have a maximum of 300. So if I press the right bloody button, we'll get there eventually, and we can actually hire some. See, look at this. 300. I can stack a lot more in there. There we go. Now, they're going to cost wages, but that's fine. We'll be able to pay them off soon. Here we go. Just whack that up to 3,000, and we're good. It's now 69 days. Oh, that's a good day, isn't it? Oh, well, if that Discord pop-up comes up, well, it is what it is. We have researched the female doodah, and our resources have arrived. Excellent. We won't need any more just yet. We've got now 3 months worth of work to go through. Now, research, I want to race through a little bit because we're going to need more stats, and for that, because this isn't historical now, so we can sell tanks to the Germans, for example. How marvelous is that? Anybody. So we just need the best of the best. Now, those other designs and other companies still exist, so we're competing with all of them. So really, this game has gotten quite a bit harder now. Yeah, so what I am going to do is just race down a little bit. I'm definitely going to need an improved track. That is really quick upgrade to do, which is lovely. We have the many firepower ones, some new weapons, machine guns, ammunition. Now there's new engines in here, different fuel. And then we've got the different pieces. Now, I don't know if the game in its current state goes beyond this, but I would love to find out, so we better do it. I mean, look, we can even... I want one of these. This, the Mark 8. They never actually saw combat in World War One, or otherwise known as the Liberty tank. But I would love to have them sorted out, because they were something else. Well, that's going to take a little bit of doing to get down there. I'd also like the combo doodahs as well to stick on, so you can have a turret and the machine gun, because that's just really creamy. We also need protection. So what first thing is first, might even skip the Whippet hull, which is this one. Just skip that entirely and go straight for the improved one, which is the Hornet. Now that is much nicer. So we'll skip that entirely. I'll probably do the steel, but let's go for this assembly doodah and get that going. So that's going to take 56 days. It takes time. So I'm going to do the Caterpillar Warhorse instead first. 15 days, not bad. Now that also means we have the female sponsored here. Look, 2 squirty machine guns. Isn't that lovely? Now, we can not add that much to it as it is at the moment, so we can just stick it together. That's only going to take 5 days. How lovely is that? A different thing has happened as well. We don't get 3 advisors from the get-go. They just trickle in. We've got one that is available now for hire. I'm going to go get that man. Here he is, maintenance focus, which reduction of maintenance for all buildings in your factory grounds. So this guy pays for himself. And then a man-hour cost reduction for tank production. Ooh, that is good. Let's hire this man. He's going to take 5 days to get here. But when he is, we'll put him to work. Now, our tank finished going around the block and discovered all the things that are horrible with it. So, we can now fix them by throwing money at it. So, crew awareness is awfully low because the crew ports are blocked because people get in the way, so you can throw money at it and fix that. Internal obstructions, there's people in the way again. Fix that by throwing money at it. And blocked evacuation path again. Crew are in the way of it. Now we've got mobility, obstacle height, volume limit, so the thing is damn heavy. Throw money at it. Another one, mass limit, really heavy. And all these are to do with being a little bit on the chunky side, but just like that, throw some money at it and it's all fixed. This is another reason why I wanted more, well, better caterpillars, better tracks. You can stick more weight on there and everything is good. Now, we just researched the stuff for the female sponsor and then we stuck it together. Now, there were options. However, now this means that because we've unlocked more additional research, it isn't just the piece that we have. If we have a look, we now have options for these, for example. So the current one that is installed on this is Turret Door Mark 1. However, with the research, we now could have the Turret Door Mark 2, which gives better crew safety, the ricochet chance of a shot on that as well, and it's a bit girthier, so the penetrating shots won't go as deep. How wonderful is that? Same with the turret hatch on the top. You can actually see it when you click on it. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, there you go. That's nice. So we could upgrade it as well, but I'm not going to bother just yet. Because what I am going to do is basically stick all that gubbins together again. However, have the male there and the female one there, which means we can blow them up and squirt at them at the same time. Marvelous. This is probably going to be the next set of tanks that we build. No, it's not called the Mark 1, you lemon. Ah, sugar lumps, I've goofed it. I think I can edit it. We'll have the same crew and things in here. The requirements are a little less, so we can actually get away with having one less loader, which means... Oh no, hang on a minute. Yes, one less crew member. So things are a little less cramped in there. And we still need fuel, ammunition, and everything else. And we're going to paint this one that colour, because why not? So that's going to take 16 days for them to stick it together. That's going to be the next tank we start building. So now we've got a tank stuck together and everything. Let's take it for a quick spin. Let's see if you notice any good things. And immediately we've loaded in. This looks a lot smoother than before. We're going forwards. And it isn't too bad. Let me know if you can see the difference. I did when I walked in. It just looked nice and clean. I thought, hey, this is better. Couldn't quite put my finger on what it was, but it is just better. So in this, if you've never watched this before, I know it's a little bit of a wobbly, cumbersome thing and probably a little bit quick for what it actually is, but you've got to go around and you've got to get 300 points. Now doing this gives you a bit of a nice bonus for production values and reputation, because you just gotta imagine there's some lemons up there from General High Command, who are like, come on then, show us your tank and we'll see if we'll have a dabble at that. And if you get 300 points, you get your little bonus. And you've got all the weapons that you can shoot. And I miss. How lovely is that? Try again. I blew it up that time. Now, on the previous one, I did get stuck a few times in the previous series. Not this particular tank, more of the Whippet one. Couldn't quite get it up that bloody hell, it was a right pain in the ass. So hopefully they've improved it slightly. It just does look a lot better all round. Squirt at them. So already we are at 100 points, and you get points by grabbing, about going to the waypoints, squirting at the enemy in general, the targets. Now aiming in this is a bit of a pain, but it ain't too bad. You've got 10 minutes to do it, so it's an absolute doddle, really. Just get this turret to go that way, if it will, please. And it missed! Accuracy is not the best. Oh, we got it that time. Let's move on. Oh, look over there. Those are Liberty tanks. They were huge. As the war progressed, to counter the Allies having the, well, not the Allies, was it? It was the Entente having these magnificent tanks, because the Germans couldn't really build any. They only got around 20 A7Vs off the ground. There was just no resources left for them to do it. But they started digging the trenches wider. So there was a need to make the tracks longer on the tanks, just to get around the bloody things. Now, I looked it up not too long ago, actually, that there was actually quite a few of these things built, and I was surprised at just how many were actually made. It was maybe, what was it, 1,800-ish, something like that, and I was honestly surprised. I didn't think it was going to be that much. Ooh, sugar lumps. And I think that is just the British ones. I mean, the French built a load of tanks as well, you know, they had that same, I can't remember what it's called. It had a 75mm artillery piece inside of it, just a tractor with a shell in it, but bloody hell. And then there was little tanks, don't quite know how much they entered combat. If someone who does know, do let me know, because there were some little ones. Another tank that I played, Great War, not tank, jeez, another game that I played, Great War, the Western Front, that I thoroughly enjoyed. That features all the tanks in it. I might even do another playlist on that. It's on my things, a list of things to do, should I say. I did enjoy that. If you would like to have another gander at that, if you've never seen it before, you will be definitely having a nice day. I'll put it on extreme goodness for your viewing pleasure. Practically done everything else in that game, but no, we need it there now. We've got 30 points to go. Oh, there you go, they're more Liberty tanks. See if we can get a little bit closer. We've got time. We've just got machine guns on the side. The back of it is the engine, whereas in this it's all one compartment. I think they were the first to actually have the compartments a little bit separate. Oh, it is what it is, but there we go. Yeah, deployment phase, plus 20, and repair phase, so getting your tank, you know, this is the bonus that I was on about. Your tanks getting there is a thing, and when they get broken, being able to repair them is a thing as well. Now, you don't actually take part in that. However, if you get blown up, you lose reputation because your tank's crap. So if you can get them fixed and everything else, just a quick 5 minutes whizzing around is definitely worth it. Oh, we're just now waiting for more things to happen. Oh god. Turn my microphone off then. What a lemon. Oh, our new admin man has arrived, and we can stick him in there just like that. Now he's going to have a nice tasty wage of £1,500 a month, which for 1914 is a hell of a lot of money, but it's alright, we'll get our money's worth. go away. Thank you. Oh, jeez. This is the tutorial. I'm only getting annoyed with it because I've done it so many times. But look, heavy vehicle stations. That building that we built at the beginning of the video has now been constructed. Which means every other building that we do is going to be cheaper. Oh, sugar lumps. What have I done? Oh, hotkeys. That might be a new thing, or I just didn't look at that before. Now, I'm still on the starting money. It takes time to get more money. We need a contract. So, I am just going to wait a little bit before I get too giddy. Don't need to start spending too much straight away, otherwise you end up bankrupt because you don't even have a contract yet. We do now have the improved high-pass running gear. So let's have a quick gander. There it is, we've got that, and it gives us all these other different pieces as well. Now, we could go for the fuel and everything else, but there's no point yet. We need to get these. So let's get this bolted assembly. It's going to take 56 days, which is a little bit of a pain. However, it is right lovely. And with them, you can actually make your tanks cheaper to build with little consequence, which is good for me. In fact, what I will do is I will build a ergonomics office, and that will allow me to have 10 more engineers in there, which should be an extra 50% boost to research power, which is right lovely. Which does of course mean I'm going to need to hire more engineers to build that. Now I'm probably getting a little bit giddy. I'm going to be spending a month and a half worth of wages for those 10 extra engineers for nothing, because the building doesn't get finished for a month and a half, but I've done it now, so at least I know. Design complete of the Mark 1, Mark 2. We'll stick that in there for some lovely testing. That takes 11 days, and now we've got some more engineers sorted out. We need the tracks sorting. So those are the old ones. They have a weight limit of 33 tons. These ones have a weight limit of a little bit more than that. Which you might think, oh, what's the point? Well, there's more things it does as well. Look at these stats. Mobility, agility, road speed, all that malark. And then you just look at that and it goes kabang! It's so much better. Obstacle, slope, angle and everything. The tank will get to where it needs to be. Isn't that lovely? Now there's various other pieces in here that are going to be useful. They provide all sorts, but each piece, look, resources, each individual piece is broken down, but everything is great. I love the detail in this game. Well, we can... Why can't I stick some things together? Oh my Gideon, what's going on here? Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good. Oh, they're doing it. I don't know which one they're doing. Oh, I've already done it. Oh, what a lemon. That means I don't need to design it then. In that case, I can then technically just slap it onto another tank. Didn't even realize that I did it. So in that case, create design. This is going to be the Mark 3. And bung all the same stuff on it. However, we want the Warhorse ones now. Those are the old ones. These are the new ones. You saw the stat difference. Much better. And again, male sponson, female sponson, big girthy cannon, more machine guns and everything else. Commander, driver, loader, gunner, mechanic, and... Ooh, I forgot about that one. So, those, yeah, each component also represents crew required as well. So on the previous tank we need 10 mechanics just to keep the thing bloody going, and now we only need 6 points of mechanics. So really the loader, I can switch him to do a bit of both. Oh, but it doesn't quite get it. It needs to be over 50%. I was hoping to get it so that I wouldn't need another man in there, but apparently we do. But we can just keep another one in, and we'll shove them on the gunner roll as well. So we've got a man keeping the thing going and shooting at the same time. What a guy. And the usual stuff, ammunition, fuel. We'll go for that one. No, that one. Why not? Now, the mistake that I made before was I didn't name it right. And they looked exactly the same. I wasn't quite sure how the game was going to do it, because in the other campaign and the demo, when the government wanted a resupply, it had to have certain things the same for ease of maintenance. So the same hull and the same caterpillar tractor or whatever it was. So I made about 10 different bloody things, and it turns out it doesn't do that anymore. So I didn't have to... Yeah, I don't have to do that anymore. So it'll look a lot nicer and neater than the previous one. So that's going to be ready in 17 days. That's Mark 3. And seen as, actually, the Mark 2 is never going to get built, because we're still building the Mark 1s. Ooh, according to trustworthy sources, the William Foster Company has just completed the design of the assault tank, codenamed Hector. Expect fierce competition for the upcoming contracts. Well, isn't that wonderful? Well, on that note, I'm going to get some more supplies in. We do have the money. And this is what I was on about earlier in the video. You click on a tag, how many do you want? And it will order, if available, the number that you can have. So I'm basically, on a full order, I'm going to get 11 of those tanks sorted. Which isn't very much, to be honest, but that is actually about right what we produce. So as long as we keep bringing the stuff in, we'll be alright. Actually, I'm going to do it off that. Because I don't need all the rubber and all the other stuff. But glass, I got a load of glass. That's going to cost me 80 grand, which is too bad at all. So I'm going to just do that. Now, there are different areas where you can get your resources from. Europe, round the corner. Very expensive, but you get it very quickly. So if you just keep getting them from North America, for example, it might take a little slower to get here. But if you keep it up, you save so much money. But if you need a boost, just grab some from Europe, I suppose. That's all jolly good. Ooh, classified information. The British Army is enacting a study of tractor design to direct future development. Of special interest to them are the Holt and Hermsby design, of the former being powerful, while the latter uses sophisticated track and differential systems. This news may be frustrating to one Sir David Roberts, engineer of the Hornsby Company, that already showcased them to the military on numerous occasions, only to be rebuffed by the Royal Artillery officers, qualifying horses to be far superior in every condition. Well, people are finally starting to wake up. Ooh, my design is complete. Let's stick it round there and give it a jazz. And when that one's done, I might even take that next one for a spin. Oh, here we go. New contract. Britain announces a new contract for 20 tanks of goodness. Let's have a bit of a gander. So, they are wanting something that is good with protection, hard firepower, so that is big cannons, not machine guns, and repairability. Now, that is overall. Now, you saw the different components. So, with the improved tracks one that we did, the repairability was a lot better. That is all well and good. Everything else is so many different pieces. And look, this is where I goofed up on the last campaign. I clicked the wrong one because it was all named the same. But I'm not going to make that mistake. That I've got a few of them. I'm building them. I am building them. Now, view competitors. That is the Hector. They have a score of 44 maximum. Yes, I've got it on easy just because I wanted to. Now, we can give them that. Yeah. And we can boost up price, so we can also improve the number that we want to build. Now, the more we build, the more money we get, so why not? As long as we have enough time to do it, we'll be good. We can crank up that price. The success score at the bottom is the one that you need to be wary of. So, the competitive score is, at best, 44. So if we just tickle it so it's a bit like, yeah, 60. It's not somewhere too close, but it's also right good. I mean, you can always jump it up 1 or 2 for free. There we go. That'll do. And the deadline is the middle of November, so we'll easily get them built. So in that case, we've got 15 more days and we would have built 20 of the damn things. Which means we'll just have to build 10 more. And there we go, they have accepted that contract and we're going to make loads of money real quick. And once that is done... Oh, sugar lumps! There's a fire in the production hall. That is not very good. That's going to cost me 25 grand in 10 days. Oh, man. All well and good. We are ahead. Oh, tank trials of the Mark 1, Mark 3 are complete. Oh, that's a thought. We need to fix those bloody things, don't we? So this is the Mark 2, the one that we're never going to build because we've already got a Mark 3 ready. So I'm not going to bother with that one. I might even delete the thing. Delete. Yes. So we're up to this one. And we will just fix it. Again, crew safety, because there's people in there, they don't like it. Volume limit, it's on the yellow borderline, and that's risky, but it's the best that we've got right now. Now all that's been fixed, we might as well take this for another quick spin. Here we go again. This one looks a little bit more menacing, and we have our squirted machine guns on the side, our new Caterpillar tracks, which look a lot better. You've got to look at that and go, yeah, it's just better. So it's a similar thing, and then we get the production boost on it. But as you can see, each component is so much better. Those tracks just look far better. They actually look like the clipping at the top, but I suppose it is what it is. They spring in and everything. Feels a little bit more sluggish, not gonna lie, but it is what it is. So while the engine is roaring and everything else, if you do want to watch the rest of these videos, then they're all in a nice juicy playlist for you, because I'm nice like that. It will be in the end screen, the next video, and if you're joining midway through or you want to go back and have a look at one, there's the entire playlist there as well, so you won't miss anything. How nice am I? Right, lovely. That lovely. You should have a nice juicy cup of tea about that. How does that sound? I can't shoot straight. Come on! Don't tell the missus that. There's usually one floating about over there, but God knows. But yes, also, if you're wanting to watch my videos early than everybody else, then simply £1 a month is all that I ask for, and you get all the features, which is absolutely lovely. I aim for around 2 weeks ahead. I do them in 2-week blocks, just because it's a little bit easier for me with work and a 3-month-old who's always wanting food and sleep and is arse changing. Many of you will know what that feels like. This is my first, but we're getting there. He's a big lad and it's right lovely. So yes, I hope you do enjoy yourselves. Have a wonderful evening. Make sure you've had plenty of tea. Make sure you like this video, please. That helps me out so much. You will not believe. Simply because YouTube then goes, ooh, people like this video. Other people might like it as well. And you know what? I think these developers deserve that, because the more people watch these videos, it helps me out, yes, but it also helps them. Because the more YouTube spits it out, the more the game is exposed, and the more people will go, oh, you know what? I quite fancy having a go at that. And you might even help the devs out. How wonderful is that? So yes, have a jolly good one. I'm going to whiz around here and blow these things up. This tank definitely feels more sluggish than what it did 10 minutes ago. It is what it is. But yes, I'll see you with the next one, where we'll probably have some combat, more different tank designs. Now, hoping that we can acquire some enemy tanks or allied tank designs soon. Yes, there are French tanks in here, German ones. There's a few new ones as well, actually, ones which haven't been seen before or added to the game since. So that's all to look forward to. Hope to see you there. Have a good one. Ta-ra. an extra very special thank you for all of my members, which are steadily growing, which is lovely to see. Thank you for your support. It goes a very long way. I very much appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the benefits. Thank you.